Hi all, I hope you all doing well. Just a quick introduction of me. Some of you might know me, some of you might not. I'm Maggie, and I'm the former director of Outreach Department. Today here, I actually would like to show you about the website, the campaign platform that we use to send out our campaign email to our contacts or subscribers. So as Mailchimp. So I will cover like six things in here. The first thing is we will create a new tag just to help us to categorize about the contact, and the contact we usually import to is mostly from our research database of the private and public superintendent list, and also our affiliation outreach, and also our celebrity outreach, and those usually are the contact that we will import right here. So and also second is to add participant and then add it to that tag. And the third is to send campaign, which is we drop usually per tags, so then like a field group and field group. So let's say you import like 5 group, we send it to 5 group, like, so that is how it works. And the fourth is edit template, so we can choose the template from what we have, is which is already stored in our account, and but also we can edit like by choosing the current template we have and change the contact, change the picture, and I will tell you like a little bit more later. And the five is to send out a test email, so you want to always double check before you send it out to the actual subscriber. And the sixth, I will talk a little bit more about how to manage the contacts, or sometimes like how to archive some contacts and how to find them and things like that. And so here we go. Um, First of all, this is gonna be the like sites that when it first when you first log in, and login information I won't be providing in here because it's more like a privacy, and you eventually get a code of the passcode whatever by our executive director John, if you got his, if he assigned you to do this. And so, and you will get a verification from him too afterward. So first of all, when we first go into this site, when we log into this site, this will be basically the homepage. And first of all, we'll talk about how to create a tag. So when you want to create a tag, you want to create audience, and you want to click tags. So in here, you will see like a lot of tags that I've created like while I'm on board. Basically, P itself equals to private, because we do both public school and private school. So to make it less confusion, that is what I do. So but whoever just I just want to let you know that is what I mean. But if later on, if you want to have your own way to create your text, and as long as you understand, you can explain to others to make it less confused, that will be totally fine. So in here, the whole, I would just import one email, that's it, and that email will be just like a testing demo email that just to show you how things work. And so first of all, I will create a tag, and the tag name would be demo. And then later on, you guys can do whatever, depends on which group it is. And after you create it, it is right here. So you can click in here, view, and you can click here to import contact. But usually I don't do that because we didn't import the contact yet. So instead, since we already have the tag, we're gonna do next is gonna import the email. So we will go to all contacts, and the same thing, we're gonna import the contacts. So add a subscriber is just only one person, so if you know the whole like category, you can only add one person, then you can add a subscriber. But then usually it comes with a big list, so I usually import as a like import contact. So from the Google Doc, you'll be able to see all sorts of research of actually what's going on with the contact. And I usually don't upload the file because what we usually work on is Excel sheet. From Excel sheet go to CSV. It's actually a little bit complicated. So what I do instead is copy and paste. So before they are actually allowed use tab to figure out like what's next, but the easiest way to do it, it would be, I was showing my Excel sheet, and the easiest would be actually putting in different like column or row, whatever. Then your first name, last name, and your email, or you can just mess up the order. It doesn't matter, but as long as whoever the list next should be the same format. So for me, since I only have gonna be putting one, so I would say Mary is the first name, Lamb is another one, and my email would be templates demo. Yep, so that will just be the format. So actually what you need to do is just really drag like this and copy it and paste it on here. So that is basically, that's it. So it looks a little bit like different, but that is totally already spaced out. As long as in the Excel sheet you are separate them instead of putting them together. So I will explain a little bit more why the order doesn't matter, but let's continue to organize it. And then you choose the status. You always want to choose to subscribe, so then you are able to send it to them. And select groups. So the reason why there is some select groups is long time ago I used group instead of tag to create the list and put the list in there. However, I found they actually have limit that instead of tag can always like is unlimited, but for groups it's kind of limited that I'm not able to add more, and also it's a little bit more confusing. So I would just like skip this part and just continue to tag. Okay, and if you know that there's some contact is new, you can say update any existing contact, which we don't need right here. And when you contact continue to tag, and we can just search for the one that we just put it in, right? Which is demo right here, and then we will continue to match. So this is basically the step that I said why it doesn't really matter, but however you still need to choose what is identified for, like what Mary is, because to let their system like be clear. So you click it and it will be the first name, and this one will be the last name. So unfortunately they don't have just a general name like in total, so you need to separate your first name and last name, and that's the email address, and everything looks good, and you click finalize import, and this is just like an overall overview of what you have. So you say complete import, and then was successful, awesome, and then we'll see if you imported contact, and that will be it. And then it here it will show you the name, the last name, the email address, and also what tags they're in and subscribed, and when, and things like that. So then next we're gonna go to the second part, which is oh, we are actually, sorry, I already finished the second part, which is add participant. Third is exciting moment, because we're gonna send campaign and promote our curriculum. So that is the next step we're gonna do. And in Mailchimp itself, actually there are so many other features and ideas and categories that actually you can explore it, and feel free to just click around and feel free to see. And if you come up any great idea of what you can do, I know there's survey, there's website, blah blah blah, feel free to talk to John about that. And yep. And so for me here, I would just explain to you how to send out the campaign. So on the very left side you will see campaign itself, and you click it to it, and so you will see all this is the one that was sent, what's the percentage of people opening, and how many clicks, and this and that. And I will just show one of them is you want to click like view report. You don't want to, but if you're only curious, or you want to have like a good number to report to John or the group member, like that you can take good control of actually how many people open it or click it or things like that. This, like when you click field report, this is basically what you will have. And they tell you open, click. So open is click into the email, click, I believe is like click into our website. Bounce is means that email for some circumstance or some reason it didn't go to the recipient. And how many people subscribe from seeing that email. So that is the order or some definition. But as I say, if you have any question, I would say feel free to go to Mailchimp itself to explore. They actually even have like question like that can ask live. And so yep, and there's like what they clicked and things like that and where they're from. And yeah, so that is basically the whole report of the thing. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. So then here comes when we want to send out a new campaign or a current campaign. So there is actually two ways to do that. So usually if I am the person who do it and I'm sending to a different group but the same campaign or template, I actually would just really click here and replicate whatever title you want. And then the template will be exactly the same. It's just the people that you send it out, you need to edit about it. But also you can click create campaign and choose from it. So I will go with the create campaign right now, just to teach you especially like a new template, right? So when we click create campaign, we'll click email. So in email for the campaign name, I will put whatever name that needs to be set. Like if you see the K-12 challenge, resilient challenge is the topic for the template, it should be the topic on this one just to make it clarified. And I will just say demo again because this is a really demo, and we will begin it. And two, if you see there's all subscribe, you will want to edit the recipient because probably some of the people who you probably already sent it previously that you don't want to repeat to make it think this is a spam. So what we can choose is segment or tag. So in tag, we can see all this. And as I say, we want to go to the demo one. So we're just gonna scroll down and search for it. Okay, demo is right here. And save. And this would basically tell you that this is the recipient. So it depends on how many, like some because might bounce back, and some during the import you might lose a few contact because it's incorrect email. You're not able to successfully import and things like that. But you should have around a good estimate of how many recipient it should be. And in here it said we didn't notice your person ID to field. The reason why I didn't turn it on is because there are some is actually with a wrong, not wrong name, but like it's without a name. But definitely see turn it on right now to help you and help the company that we're not spamming it. Then you can just click edit real quick just to see. So John is the one that we always want to put as a name, even we are the one who send it out, because he kind of take in charge, that he knows updates, and that's his email address. So everything stays like that is pretty good enough. And the subject is basically, as I say, the same. Is a demo. So the one that the create campaign is what it shows on the sending criteria, but this demo is basically another one just in the subject too. So you save demo or just put whatever subject it should be, and you click design email. And I would say classic builder because we already have our template in there, but feel free to click around. And then the reason why it looks like okay nothing is showing here is because we need to go to save templates. So you'll see all this here, or even you click campaign. This is basically so far all of the campaign or template that we use to send it out in this platform. So let's say for example, I would just go ahead and click. So no cost ESL SEL, sorry. No cost SEL is the very first template we usually send it out, because that time is mostly COVID happens. So that is our very first one. So on a Google Drive, you should be able to see the tracking of like which is the first, second, and third, so on. And when you click into here, they actually give you allowed you to have the chance to edit the content or the picture or reorganize everything. And green is our kind of the color it is. So when we click here and we click this, the right side would just pop up. We can just basically do whatever we can, and I would not move anything since I don't want to change anything, and save and close. And you can like kind of a little bit like explore around again and read more, and then they have like a specific thing, and you can always add, delete it, and shift around. And this is our six core topics that we want to talk about, and I usually stay that the same in the bottom. And this is the information that we have for our website or our contact, and eventually if anything change, make sure you change that too. And the very bottom is basically all our social media site that they can direct them to, and our logo is always here. And how to change, like how to add the picture is, let me just add one more just to not ruin it. So we don't want, let's say we want to have a new template, we don't want this picture, and so you want to click picture. So it comes to this page where you see all our logos or things are there. However, if you want to add one more in, you click upload, and basically it pops up from your own PC or laptop of what pictures you have. And for the photo resource, you can reach out to John and ask more. I believe is I forgot the name. Sorry, is I think is shuttle. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, I believe it's Shuttle Shock stock. Uh, okay, I'm not so sure right now. I apologize for that. But saying you can ask John for the resource, because they have for that web page itself, we have the license, and we purchase the license to get the photos from them instead of one thing I would definitely recommend to avoid is by just taking pictures from Google image, because you don't know when we send out the email, would it be a copyright issue. So for the pictures that you want to find and import, ask John for more details. And after you import everything, we can click cross and go back to where we were. And for this, I'm gonna delete it because just for a demo. And if everything looks good to you, click continue, and it will go back to this page with now having a good content. And as I say earlier, we always want to send a test email regardless how many times you send the same email to, or the same, like how many times you create this same campaign, just different people. You always want to send a test email, and I usually would double check to the recipient again just to make sure I won't send the same message for twice. And when you click send email, you will see the email address. So in here, that is my email address. But since whoever is gonna be taking in charge, just type your own email. So I would say for now it's template demo 0 at gmail.com. And if you want more than one person to see your template, you just need to simply click a comma and keep typing whoever you need. But it's just if you want to have one more person. So when you click send, so just give you a sec and we'll wait. Okay, so it say test email send. Okay, so let's go to this which is our demo. And sometimes it will be a promotion, sometimes it will be social, sometimes it will be in the primary. And there you go, we have the promotion, and it will be John. Oh, okay, so So we see everything looks good in the content, but then in here, we want to put John's email. However, we don't want to really have John's name in there. Instead, we want to say as Selena. So Selena is our social emotional learning program that we want to like send it as like, hey, it's Selena here, you know. So who is sending is from? It will be Selena. Yes, I believe. So let's just try sending another one again. Meanwhile, I just want to double check that I'm not doing the wrong thing. Is that let me just try replicating one of them, and just to see the format if I'm doing the same thing correct. So yes, so if you see, it would be resilience, Selena resilience. So and then it's a K-12 challenge, and that's the subject, everything like that. So awesome. So basically, you want to edit here and change it to Selena resilience inc. So we will send another test email, and in here we need to give it some time. Okay, there are 3 now because we just sent a lot. So you can see the title, like they change already, which is what you want. That would be your most ideal. So when you check the email, you want to check who it is sent it from, and check the title if it's good for you, the logo, and the picture. Is that the picture that is new that you want, and how the format is, the fonting. Sometimes when you do the fontings, just to make sure that that fonting is available for you and other, because some of the server of the recipients are actually seeing what different than what you see. So that is the reason why when you send a test email, probably you want to send it to yourself and John. And then if everything looks good to you, you go back there and click send. But I would say I won't send because this is just a demo, but it's just simply clicking a send. And I would say for sending a campaign, you can schedule it to just to meet the criteria, because sometimes different time zone is probably a thing that you might want to consider, or the time of the day is also something you want to consider to see if that is the best time, or will people open the email at the, like, you don't want to send it, for example, in Florida time, you don't want to send it 2 a.m. because barely people will see, and by the time in the daytime when they wake up, probably there are more email coming on that they just ignore or pass by what we send it to them. So that is probably in the consideration, but overall that is just how it works. So we're actually already finished covering 3, 4, and 5, and then 6 is oh, before we go to 6, so when we click to all campaign, you see all the draft that I create. You can always delete it. Click this 3, and you can always delete it. So, and then you need to type delete just for their security reason. So you click delete, and that will be it. And this is basically all your. So a little bit more explanation of like what do I mean by group 5 to 1 is, as I say like before, I separate as a group. So in a group probably there is more than 5 segment or small like subgroup. So for Mailchimp, only one thing that you might consider is because they are only allowed you to click 5 group or 5 tags per time. So yeah, you can only do it like per time. So that is just a heads up. Not a big deal, you can send 2 at the same, but it's more like how do you want to manage to show that okay, this is in this tags, but which, let's say which state in this tag is, or who, like, just I sometimes actually would put it like on the title itself, like see, like including just to remind myself. And also let me just find one example. So the reason why they have like copy one and is because I actually forget. to put the thing. But it's really like more is as long as you know what you're doing, and as like you can always change the title, I believe. um and then so PFL, Florida Private School, easy to know, like it's like immediately to know it, which is awesome. And so that is basically all about sending the campaign. So the very last thing, when we got back to like context, so you see there's surface preference center inbox. So for those, it's a very new like not very new for Mailchimp, but we never use it. That you can always explore it and discuss with John if you have any question or any like thoughts about it. And so sometimes like at this segment, um when we cancel the segment, so in here we can see all this contact, and actually some of them are not like some of subscribe, some is unsubscribe. And just saying, like, you can filter it, fill segment and new segment, and you can sometimes even choose like or select all, and then you can say action to unsubscribe them. You can remove from the group, you can archive them. So when you archive them, they will go to a category of box which from the bill plan that they decide to have, they won't be count in within those contact basically. That might help you a little bit to shift around and play around with. So to manage the number of contact, let's say when you already finished sending all like 7 campaigns or things like that, and you found out for a very long time, we're just gonna importing new ones, but those probably we won't be sending it for like a very long time. You can decide to archive and things like that. Or so we can untag it or tag it all. So there are some like different ways for you just to play around. And if you have, that is basically all of my introduction to Mailchimp. So if you have further more questions, feel free to reach out to John or reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help, and I hope you all have a great day.